What does being Catholic mean to me? It's being a part of God's church.
The humbling of oneself by accepting as much responsibility as one possibly can.
Being Catholic for me is being part of the true church Jesus created 2,000 years ago. Being Catholic is saying yes to God. It's being on God's side in combat on a day-to-day basis.
It's me choosing to love God in my way and follow his teaching.
Being Catholic for me is really just like my entire livelihood. Like everything I do is just integrated into like the mystery of the church.
Being Catholic to me means many different things. Most major one is tradition. We look at the tradition of the Catholic Church, especially for me, come from a convert's perspective. There's so much tradition and history in the church that started from God's only Son, Jesus Christ.
He founded the church 2,000 years ago. And if you look at modern history, 500 years ago, we have all these other churches that were just popped up by man. They weren't founded by God. Being a part of the Catholic Church is being a part of history, being on part of the right side of history.
As some other church, that if someone that was upset with the Catholic Church says, you know what, I've started my own church. Now, being part of the Catholic Church, it's a real deal.
The tradition, it's well, you can't make the church your religion. It's God's religion. You don't want to make Jesus in your own image, because then you're worshiping your own God.
Being Catholic is being able to receive Jesus in the Eucharist at Mass.
Going to Mass and seeing, going to Calvary, and like seeing Jesus be there, be in the presence of him every single time you go to Mass or something at church, and receiving him. Like, that's something beautiful to see and receive every single time you go.
The Eucharist, as a kid, I kind of went through the motions. I felt the Eucharist, but I didn't like feel the Eucharist until I started getting older. The crazy thing is like, it's the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ. And once like that hit me at a retreat, I was like, that's crazy. Like there should be way more respect.
Being able to receive the Eucharist every Sunday, God entering into our souls every week it's hard to fathom, like the love that God has.
As a convert going there and receiving communion for the first time when I was confirmed, it was beautiful.
There's a certain thing that you just see in some people when they receive the Eucharist, and I see that like, I want what they have. But the beauty is like, I get that in my own way.
The gifts of the sacraments, marriage, the blessing of the sick, and confession, knowing we're human and we're going to be making mistakes on a regular basis, and to be able to go to God and say, I'm sorry for forsaking you, I'm sorry for sinning, and him forgiving you. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's such a blessing.
Yeah, the Catholic Church is just like this, I mean, probably heard it 100 times, like it's a hospital for sinners. It's not just like a place where like all the holy saints like hang out. It's like a bunch of sinners and like we're all working. And so it's just like so cool because you can just go in and you can dive into the mystery and you can dive into everything that the church is trying to do. And by doing that, you see God and then you feel the people God.
Praying the Most Holy Rosary. That's like one of the biggest Catholic traditions, is praying the Rosary every day. And it's meant so much to me as a man, being able to do that and receive the gifts that the praying the Rosary gives you. And it has helped me grow so much.
Look at the papacy. And take the popes and bring it all the way back to Peter, the first pope, who was appointed by Jesus himself. No other religion has that. That's what being Catholic means to me. Being a part of tradition, history, and in line with God. True love and happiness is only found within God, and that is only found within the Catholic Church.